Hi, I'm Stephanie Hinds. I work at Muskingum Behavioral Health. We're located at 1127 West Main. Our phone number is 740-454-1266. I am a recovering alcoholic addict. My sobriety date is March 2nd, 2012. It gives me a little bit over 8.5 years of continuous clean sobriety. In that 8.5 years, I was incarcerated. I did 5 months in county jail. And then after that, I went into 5 years felony probation. And when I got out of jail, I went into outpatient treatment and I started going to 12-step meetings. And then from there, I just continued to grow in my recovery. I got a sponsor. I worked the 12 steps. I became very active in 12-step programming. I went back to school. I started working at Subway and going back to college. I went to college in the social work associates program out at Zane State. And I worked and went to school at the same time while continuing my recovery. I have 2 children. I started to rebuild a relationship with both of them, who's still both in my life today. And in my recovery, I became very active in the 12-step program. And then from there, my recovery just continued to grow. And after working the 12 steps and graduating college, I worked at another location for recovery, residential treatment. And from there, I went to work at outpatient treatment. And I do various things there. I'm a recovery coach, Ohio certified peer recovery supporter, which at my job we call it a recovery coach. And I get to help people every day in their recovery, help them to find meetings, help them to understand the steps. I help them to find a sponsor that would work for them so that they can do their steps. I run various groups. I do a noon Zoom every day, Monday through Friday on Zoom. And I do various recovery activities. I'm part of 4 or 5 local coalitions to help with recovery. And I'm very active in those. I am a fan of helping people when they come out of jails or prisons get entered into our society and into our community to help them to be responsible, respectful community members. So I was drinking and drugging, and it started to become an issue. I had children's services involved in my life for over a year. I ended up losing custody of my kids and still didn't see a problem with what I was doing. It ended up that I received felony charges and spent 5 months in jail before I found my recovery. In that time in jail, I did a step 1 program, and I learned that I was powerless and unmanageable over drugs and alcohol in my life. When I came out of jail, I instantly turned to the 12-step meetings I'd been going to before, and they truly saved my life. I learned how to live without drugs and alcohol in my daily life. And I also learned how to become a productive member of society. I got a job and I kept that job. I went there every day. And then something my mother had always wanted me to do was she wanted me to go back to college. So I went back to college and I started on my journey to become a social worker. And I ended up doing the social work associates program and found out that I really like to help people. And I really like to help people with their recovery. So that's kind of how I ended up where I am today as a peer recovery coach at Muskingum Behavioral Health. And for more help or information to get into recovery, you can always call the Mental Health and Recovery Services Board, and that number is 740-454-8557.